scale is equal to 1. Let's do float title is equal to 1.1 f, and description will be regular. So scale is equal to 0.9 f. Alright? So title, the up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, all that stuff will be 1.1 scale, and then just a regular scale of everything else will just be 0.9. Alright, so sprite batch.begin for int I is equal to 0, I is less than help lines.count semicolon I plus plus. And the reason we're doing a for instead of a for each is because we're gonna take advantage of our splitting up. And we did that by every even will be our title, and every odd will be our description, or just our regular font. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and all that will be our titles. So if it's even, it will be title. And the way to determine if it's even, if you are familiar with C#, is if I is imod, which is %2, is equal to 0, which means it's divisible by 2 and it's even. Sprite batch.draw string font, comma, help lines sub I, comma, position, comma, and it's a title. Title color. Comma 0, comma origin, comma scale, title scale. Our scale is just title. Alright. Sprite Effects .none and 0. So it's a pretty long line, but we've talked about that before. And I'm just going to clean it up. That way I don't have to scroll. Alright, so it's if it's that, if it's even, we draw the title. If it's odd, it's a description. So we just do sprite batch.draw string, and our sprite font object, our help line sub I, our position, our regular color, which is our font color, 0, origin, our scale, which is just scale, sprite effects.none, and 0. Alright, once that is done, we'll just do position.y plus equals font.line spacing semicolon, and at the end of the for loop we need a sprite batch.end. Alright, so let's save. So back to our help screen. Instead of having a dedicated font section, we're just going to use the same functionality of our screen system. And if you look at the main menu screen, you'll see what I'm talking about. Is if we override the load content, we'll load the menu that way instead of having a dedicated font section. Or in the tutorial, the PDF tutorial and the sample, long time ago we added it in the screen manager, so I'm going to remove it from that and just use our screen system. So in the help screen, underneath the constructor, above the draw, let's add a public override load content, so we can delete the base.load content since we do not do anything. Alright, so just like the main menu screen, let's just copy and paste that. And what this will do is we just need to get a local reference to our content manager. So content manager, and of course we need to add using Microsoft.XNA framework.content. So content manager content is equal to screen manager.content. That's the first line. Now sprite font, and let's just call it what we called it below, font. So let's make a underneath list help line, sprite font. Alright, so above the constructor we have list of string help lines is equal to new list of strings. So let's add a sprite font object called font. Now back in the load content, sprite font, just add font after the end and delete sprite font. So just font is equal to content.load sprite font, and our fonts is fonts / help. Alright, now in our draw, let's delete the comment and sprite font. Font is equal to null. So now let's right click our fonts folder in our content right here, and let's go to add new item. I'm sorry about these being out of the screen, but we've done these a million times, so I'm sure you could know what I'm talking about by now. And let's change it to help.spritefont. And let's leave it in the basics, but let's change it to 16 and bold. Save this, save everything. Now, in the main menu screen, help select. Uncomment that, and help screen. If help screen is doing that for you, it's because we forgot to do the namespace. I'm usually good about catching that, but delete the dot screens after the namespace in help screens.cs. So the only thing that should be is namespace SpaceShooter tutorial. Alright, so now if we go back to the main menu screen, it's now class, level highlighted. So now we know it's working. So if we press F5, then we go to the help information, press enter, it still will not work. So let's see, help selected. Play selected. Play selected. We have play set position, play.selected, help.set relative position. We need to do help.selected here. For some reason play was there. Alright. So now we'll go back and select help information, and now we have our help screen. Now we have yellow as our title and white as our normal text. Yellow has a higher scale, 1.1, and our regular text has a smaller scale, 0.9. So that's it. Now if we press escape, it will go back to the main menu system. Quit game is not working. Play game is now quit. And quit.selected. Let's add a quit.selected plus equals new event handler quit select. Alright. And that's just we already did that, so we're good to go. We just forgot to do the quit selected plus equals. Now if we press F5 and go back to the menu system, if we quit the game, it will now quit. So we're almost there. All we need to do is the pause, the play screen, and the game over screen. The pause and game over screen are very simple, but the play screen is very complicated. So we'll start with the play screen next time.